As Belumi's pregnancy grew, she thought of ways she could get a father for her unborn baby, knowing fully well that she wasn't really sure of the paternity of her pregnancy. So she first went to Chief Olusegun to inform him that she was carrying his child. I don't get it. Which one is you are carrying my child? Did I tell you I need a child? I already have 12 children from my 3 wives, and I am not ready to father any more children. And besides, who is even responsible for this your pregnancy? Didn't I hear the other time that you got married some months back? Go and meet your husband. Chief Olusegun said, Chief, I got pregnant before I got married though. And I was very sure you are responsible for my pregnancy. Come, what is that your name, or what is your name again? Okay, Belumi, avoid me. How will you tell me that you got pregnant for me before getting married? Does that even make sense? See, I don't want anything to do with you and that baby you are carrying in your womb. Go and look for the father of your child elsewhere. Definitely not me. Belumi had to look for another alternative. Now that Chief Olusegun has refused to accept this pregnancy, I would have to meet Bayo. Yes, I would tell Bayo that he's responsible for my pregnancy. Belumi thought to herself. The following day, Belumi had gone to Bayo to inform him that she was carrying his pregnancy, and Bayo denied Belumi, saying that he had never crossed paths, not to talk of having sexual relationship with Belumi. Belumi was shocked the way Bayo had denied her flat without any iota of guilt. See, Belumi, I am getting married next week, and I do not want you saying rubbish around this village. Is that clear? Besides, did you not get married to your sister's man? Go and meet him and stop disturbing me. It dawned on Belumi that it was going to be a long, lonely ride. What made it worse, she wasn't even sure of who owns the pregnancy in the first place, because she had had several sexual relationships before she conceived. Iya wasn't finding it funny any longer. See, this Belumi, I cannot continue to feed you and this your child, oh. The child you are carrying in your womb. You better go look for something to do with your life. Iya would complain non-stop. Things really got serious when Iya stopped giving Belumi food. At that point, Belumi had to take her destiny in her own hands. She had to look for something doing by hawking on the streets to at least make ends meet. Meanwhile, Ade was already in the village, hiding from the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. He had gotten report that they were searching for him badly, so Ade had to start living in an uncompleted building, and all his accounts were frozen. He could not gain access into his accounts, and he knew that going to the bank to complain was like walking into a trap, ready to catch a prey. Life really became miserable for him. There was no support coming from anyone, so most times he would have to go into people's farm at night to steal their farm produce in order for him to feed. However, Fumi was doing well in the city, and for her number one priority was getting back the land her father had willed to her. And the last time she tried paying back the loan, Chief Begbeji had vehemently refused to give her back the land, claiming that she had not met up with the condition of paying within a year. But the more Fumi tried to tell him that it was 2 years ultimatum he had given her, the more Chief Begbeji insisted that wasn't their agreement. And now Fumi had to get back her land at all costs, and she knew that Chief Begbeji was a very greedy man who would sell off the land at a higher cost. But first, Fumi had to inform Kainde to assist her with her plan. Hello, Kainde. Please, I need a huge favor from you. Just this last one favor. Fumi said over the phone. When Fumi paid Kainde a visit, he asked her what the favor was. Kainde, please. I need you to help me purchase a land in my village. Wait. You're not using your money. I promise. I would pay any amount the seller asks for. I just need you to go yourself because if I go, the seller won't agree to sell. Fumi said. Fumi, there are lands, a lot of lands here in the city. Why are you so interested on a particular land in the village? Kehinde asked curiously. In that moment, Fumi knew that she had to open up to Kehinde if she must get a result. I used the land as a collateral to take a loan for Ade, and the land was willed to me by my father. Fumi proceeded. You have to help me get it back, please. So, you mean you took a loan for that man that abandoned you at the first sight of trouble? Fumi, you have a good heart. You have a pure heart that any good man would die for, Kehinde said softly. So tell me, Kehinde, where are the good men? Fumi questioned. Anyways, I have left anything that have to do with love behind. But Kehinde, you already know. Love has showed me in this life. I am not even ready to give love a chance. You know what they say about once bitten, twice shy. I am not ready to toe that path again. If not for you that rescued me, I would have been dead by now. I just want to focus on making money and getting back my inheritance, my land, Fumi said, exhaling deeply. Fumi, can't you see that despite the hurt you have been through, there is a guy that still loves you. There is someone that cares deeply for you and can do anything just for you, just to have you by his side. Fumi was confused at Kehinde's words. Kehinde, I don't have any love interest. So tell me, who is the man? You and I know that I've left everything that has to do with relationship behind. Fumi paused for a moment, trying to wrap her head around what Kehinde was saying. Fumi, the person is right in front of you. Fumi, I love you so much. I love you deeply. Fumi could not believe what she was hearing. She had always seen Kehinde like an elder brother she never had. But Kehinde, saying he loved her deeply, really confused her. Kehinde, you are saying you love me like romantically? Yes, Fumi, I do. I do love you. Immediately, Fumi stood up and left Kehinde's house without saying a word, which left Kehinde in a state of confusion. Did I say something wrong? Kehinde said, really looking confused, as he watched Fumi leave his house. When Fumi got home that day, she could not help but cry her eyes out. The one person she had really loved was Ade. She had loved Ade unconditionally, but Ade broke her heart without remorse to marry her younger sister. She had been betrayed by the people she loved. And now she realized that she was not fully recovered from the hurt. It was as though a fresh wound had just opened up. All she felt was anger for trusting Ade so much, for giving him so much space in her heart, for allowing him treat her the way he did. She was too scared to love again. Kehinde is a good man and does not deserve someone who would not love him just the same way he does. Kehinde, on the other hand, had dialed Fumi's number severally, but Fumi wasn't picking her calls. Kehinde's thoughts spiraling out of control. Why is she not picking up? He tried one last time, and fortunately, Fumi picked up. Hello, Fumi. How are you? He questioned with a soft, caring tone. What he had next over the phone really weakened him. Kehinde, you are a good man and you deserved to be loved, but I am sorry. I don't have any to offer you, Fumi said with a low and firm tone. Fumi, we can make this work. Please, just give us a chance, Kehinde pleaded, trying to make Fumi change her mind. Okay, Fumi, okay. Can we just have a conversation over the weekend, please? Fumi agreed to have a conversation with Kehinde because Kehinde had been far too kind to her and she needed to at least respect him. That night, Kehinde could not sleep. He had come to love Fumi deeply, and Fumi, rejecting his love, really broke him beyond his imagination. Fumi showed over the weekend, and Kehinde's eyes lit up on sighting Fumi, but his heart quickly sunk as the thought of Fumi rejecting him again tormented his thoughts. Fumi sat on the couch. Her heart sank as she watched Kehinde. She could not bear the thought of rejecting Kehinde. Kehinde had showed her so much care, more than anyone, more than her own family. The only person that had cared for her in such a manner was her late father. Kehinde hesitated at first, and then he cleared his throat and spoke up. Fumi, I Fumi did not allow him finish his train of thoughts when she cut him off. I will give us a chance, Fumi said with a smile firmly. Fumi, are you really serious? You're giving us a chance. Oh, Fumi, I love you so much. I promise you, you will not regret this. Though Fumi wasn't in love with Kehinde, but she knew there was something there to explore and give a try. Kehinde agreed to go with Fumi to the village to get back her land. But first, she made sure she would have nothing to do with her family. She never wanted to see Iya, her mother. So Fumi lodged in a hotel close to the village while Kehinde went to Chief Begbeji to present his offer for the land. At first, Chief Begbeji bluntly refused to sell the land. Kehinde persisted by raising the price 5 million naira higher than he had initially offered, and at that point, Chief Begbeji gave in. What Kehinde was offering was too mouth-watering for Chief Begbeji to resist. Payment was made, and Chief Begbeji handed over the documents to Kehinde. That day, Fumi could not contain her joy. It was one of the happiest days of her life, as she felt that she had not disappointed her father. She rushed to hug Kehinde and gave him an unexpected kiss. Their very first kiss. The atmosphere was very intense when all of a sudden they had a knock on the door. Who is there? Fumi questioned, already getting angry for the distraction. It is room service, ma, the person said over the closed door. Oh, okay, you may come in. It was a cleaner from the hotel who had been assigned to clean their room. But as the cleaner raised his head, to Fumi's amazement, it was Ade, the very same Ade who had dumped her while she was on a wheelchair. Ade, Fumi called out. Ade raised up his head at the mere presence of Fumi, almost choked him. He was already gasping for breath from within. He tried saying a word, but he could not. He could not find in the right word to say. In that instance, Ade would have been more pleased if the ground had opened up and swallowed his entire existence. His vision became blurry. He could no longer stand the embarrassment and shame. He immediately took his bucket and mop and ran off. Wow, what a world! How come he's now an ordinary cleaner? What happened to him? How come? Fumi asked Kehinde, who obviously did not have an answer to her question. I think he should be in the best position to answer that question. My love, Kehinde's words really made Fumi know that truly, only Ade could explain what had happened to him. But in reality, Fumi was not even interested to know. She didn't even want to set her eyes on Ade again. She had already moved past what happened between herself and Ade to her was a thing of the past. He was no longer in her existence. Fumi told Kehinde that it is better they go back to the city that same day. After all, they were already done with why they came in the first place. My love, I know, right? Kehinde said in agreement. Fumi and Ade were already on their way out of the village. As Kehinde was driving, they saw a pregnant woman hawking under the scorching sun. Fumi was touched and asked Kehinde to at least pull over so they can at least patronize the pregnant woman. Fumi was stunned in shock when she saw that the pregnant woman hawking was her sister Belumi. Belumi, what are you doing under the scorching sun? Hawking. On hearing Fumi's voice, Belumi recognized her sister immediately. Fumi, 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 Belumi said repeatedly in shock. Belumi started crying. She felt terrible. She felt like a monster. Fumi, is this really you? You're walking now. How did this happen? Belumi's voice shaking in guilt. Belumi, tell me, what happened? I thought you were supposed to be in the city with Ade. Belumi gave a long sigh as she was too ashamed to narrate what had happened to her. Kehinde, who was already dumbfounded, managed to speak up. Fumi, let's go. It is getting late already. We still have a long hours to drive back to the city. I know, my love, but can we at least help my sister back to the house? Kehinde gave an affirmative nod and Belumi joined them in their car as they drove her back home. When they got home, Iya, on sighting Fumi, almost collapsed. She did not know what to do or how to react. Iya, I can't believe our mother would stay for years without caring for her daughter's whereabouts. Father would be so disappointed in you. Iya bowed her head in shame, unable to even say a word. Immediately, Belumi knelt down, begging for forgiveness. Fumi, please, I need you to forgive me. I have hurt you in so many ways, and I don't even know how you can actually forgive me. But I beg of you, in the name of God, please forgive me. Belumi said, already filled with regrets. Fumi was already furious. Forgive you, Belumi. You, Belumi, all of a sudden know God. Now, didn't you remember God when you treated me like trash? I was at my lowest ebb. I needed your love as a sister to help me stand tall while I was crippled. But what did you do to me? You left me. You left me downtrodden. You left with my man, the man I love. But now, you talk about God as if you know him. Belumi, I would have died if not for Kehinde, who came like an angel. And all of a sudden, you remember God because you are not where you planned. You are not where you planned to be, Belumi. You are a greedy sister. You only care about yourself. I can never forgive you, Belumi, for all the hurts. Belumi kept on begging, sobbing, as her tears wet the ground. Please, let's go, Fumi said to Kehinde as they were about stepping out. Belumi held Fumi's feet as she cried bitterly. Fumi turned and looked at her sister Belumi, and in that instance, had compassion on her. Belumi, stand up. I forgive you, Fumi said in tears, relieving herself from all the piled up pain and hurt as Kehinde consoled her. Please, can I go with you to the city? Belumi pleaded. I am suffering here. I barely have what to feed on. Fumi, please help me. Let me go with you to the city. Fumi's heart melted right away. She had an opportunity to help her sister, or turn blind eyes to her suffering. She did not know what to do. She had already forgiven her. Okay, Pelumi, why don't you just use the weekend to prepare for your coming over to the city with me, okay? Thank you, Sister Fumi. Thank you. I will prepare at least. I have a few days, right? Fumi nodded in the affirmative. What about me, my daughter? Please help your mother, please. Can I also prepare to come and live with you in the city? Iya pleaded. No, mother. The truth is, you are not even remorseful for all your evil deeds. I cannot guarantee your coming with me. Fumi traveled back to the city with Kehinde. Pelumi was excited that in just a few days' time, her sister Fumi would come take her to the city. She started arranging all her belongings. Iya was sober and pained as she knew that Pelumi would be leaving her behind all alone. Kehinde had invited Fumi for a date in a fancy restaurant, and Fumi had to close from work early in order to prepare for her dinner date with Kehinde. Now, Fumi always looked for ways to spend quality time with Kehinde as she was already deeply in love with him. When she got to the restaurant, she got the best surprise ever as Kehinde knelt down on one knee and popped the very important question. Fumilayo, will you marry me? Fumi looked round, her heart racing in excitement. Her smile widened as she blushed non-stop. Yes, I will marry you. Kehinde stood up as they both hugged themselves. After the engagement that night, Fumi went back to her apartment. She was still filled with smiles as she sat on her couch, exhausted. Pelumi had come to stay with Fumi and Ade in the city. As Fumi went for work, she returned back unexpected as she had forgotten a file at home. As she walked towards the door, she heard Kayode's voice. Pelumi, stop this nonsense. Stop it. Else, I would report to your sister that you're trying to seduce me. Pelumi, stop. Fumi froze. What was she hearing? She managed to stay put, just close to the window, as she watched Pelumi trying to force herself on Kehinde. My sister won't even believe you, Pelumi said with a smile. Pelumi, stop this! Stop this! Kehinde pushed her away. Fumi opened the door. The moment Fumi opened the door, Pelumi started crying. He wanted to rape me. He wanted to rape me, but I refused, Pelumi said innocently. She's lying! She's lying! Kehinde retorted. It was not true, my love. She tried to seduce me. Fumi was in total disbelief as she watched Pelumi tenacious cry. Kehinde was filled with so much worry. He was surprised at how Pelumi quickly flipped the script on him. Pelumi, I know what I saw. So you have the guts to seduce my husband in my own home. Immediately, Fumi woke up. It was only but a dream. She was still lying down on her couch in the sitting room. Fumi, exhaling deeply, said, Thank goodness, it was only but a dream. During the weekend, Fumi went to the village as promised to pick Pelumi from the village, and Pelumi, on sighting her, was already excited. Welcome, Sister Fumi. I am ready. Can we go now? Let me get my bags, please. Open the boot of your car. Fumi looked at Pelumi. Pelumi, you can't come with me to the city. I will help you. But as for coming with me to the city, forget about it. I will put you on a monthly salary for your upkeep for the time being, just so you can take care of yourself and your unborn baby until you give birth. And for mother also. Fumi, thank you, but why did you change your mind? Pelumi questioned curiously. It is nothing. I think it's better you remain with Iya so she can take care of you properly while I send you money. Iya and Pelumi thanked Fumi for her kind gesture and for taking good care of them as Fumi drove back to the city alone. She gave a wild smile, a long sigh of relief. Some people are best helped from afar. She knew what she dreamt. She knew what she had seen the previous day, and she knew what the dream meant. Fumi and Kainde got married in a grand style. After 1 year of their marriage, Fumi gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. She looked so much like her husband Kehinde, and they lived happily ever after. Thank you for watching this story to this very last episode. I hope you enjoyed watching, and please do not forget to like this video if you did. Tell us in the comment section what stood out for you in this story and the lessons you have learned from all the episodes. Subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed for more interesting African folktales. Until I come your way again with another interesting African story, for now, from me, it is bye.